Okay, there's one last thing about Passato Prossimo that we need to look at, and that's irregular verbs. As always, we have irregular verbs. So this is a list of the irregular verbs in the Passato Prossimo, and basically all it is, you still have your avere or essere, but instead of following the ato, uto, ito rule, you use these verbs here. So for example, if I want to say I opened or aperto, you drank, hai bevuto, he asked, ha chiesto, he closed the door, ha chiuso la porta. He said, we said, abbiamo detto, we did, abbiamo fatto, I read, or letto, I died, sono morta, because I'm a female, I was born, sono nata, because I'm a female, I laughed, or riso, etc. So, as you can already see from my examples, it will be a mix of essere and avere. All this list is focusing on is the second part of the verb. To know whether it is essere or avere, you'll need to open the other Google Doc, which is the essere avere Google Doc. And that Google Doc is here on our WordPress. Passato Prossimo verbs that take essere. So let's recap. So first you need to see if the verb appears in the essere list in our Google Doc. So in this list here, if it does appear there, it takes essere. Sono, sei, e, siamo, siete, sono as its first verb. If it does not appear on the list, it takes avere, o, hai, ha, abbiamo, avete, hanno. If it's a reflexive verb, it will always take essere. And remember, reflexive verbs are recognized. You can recognize them by the si ending. If it is a reflexive verb, remember to put the mi, ti, ci, vi, si in front of the verb. For example, mi sono alzato. Some examples of reflexive verbs. So I woke up, mi sono svegliata, because I'm a female. You had fun, ti sei divertito if you're a male, or divertita. We got dressed, ci siamo vestite for all females, or vestiti if it's a mix, etc. Okay, so once you've identified whether you're using essere or avere, you need to proceed to identify the subject. So who is performing the action? Io, tu, lui, lei, noi, voi, o loro. Once you decide on that, you need to choose the correct form of essere, avere for the subject. So if it's I, sono, o if it's you, sei, a, etc. Then you need to check if the verb appears in the irregular list of our Google Doc, and this simply needs to be memorized. Remember the irregular list, we were looking at that before over here. If it's on the list, you need to use the irregular past participle indicated. So for example, aprire, aperto. If it's not on the list, you just simply change are to ato, ere, uto, and ire to ito for your second verb. For verbs that take essere, remember to change the last letter of the verb to agree with the subject, because it works like an adjective. Okay, so let me test you with some. Come si dice, I ate an ice cream. Ho mangiato un gelato. We arrived home and we're all girls. Siamo arrivate a casa. You understood the lesson. hai capito la lezione? He had fun. Si è divertito. Remember, of course, your process is going to be a lot longer because each time you do this, you need to check two tables, the essere table and the irregular table. Now you can start to do the exercises.